First thing in the morning, coming out into the greenhouse. It's no better feeling to wake you up. This is an amazing time at the minute. The busiest time of the year for growing food, really. All these plants that you can see are just bursting into life. Many of them are going to go out into the garden and finish their growing process there, but lots, like my tomatoes, are in their forever home and they're already flowering. Talking of flowers, my passion flower here, this is a highly prized medicinal flower, but it's also the most beautiful flower to look at, in my opinion. But I thought I'd share with you today a bit of a what I eat in the day, very casual. I've got work to do throughout the day, such as filming this video and another video and doing all stuff on my laptop. But amongst it, lots of beautiful food from the garden, and tonight something prized and majestic found in the woodland. We're gonna hunt it out and hopefully cook some lovely food down by the river. So for breakfast, my go-to, of course, as you know, if you've watched any of the What I Eat in a Day videos before, you will tend to see that I do go for oatmeal in the mornings. Organic rolled oats. I cook them until they're really creamy and add plenty of seeds and some coconut as well. And I'm lucky to have an amazing neighbour who grows the most incredible bountiful rhubarb that you will ever see, and she just tells me I can come down and pick as much as I like. So Tegan and I went down and picked a load of rhubarb recently, and we're just eating our way through it, but I really love to stew it down and top my oatmeal with it, especially at this time of year as spring. It's so in season, it tastes so good. I add things like ginger and a little date sugar to my rhubarb as it stews down, and once it's melted down and almost jammy, it tops my porridge beautifully. I sprinkle over some nuts and some seeds, and making the most of the sun, I head out into the garden to enjoy it. I mean, porridge isn't my favourite breakfast of all time, but it is my go-to. And it's half decent when you jazz it up with things like locally picked rhubarb from my neighbour's garden. Then it tastes absolutely amazing. I'm not trying to be fancy by presenting it this way. I was a former chef, you're never going to get that out of me. And plus, it doesn't take 2 seconds to make something look decent. But it's really nice to get the chance to have a slow morning for a change. I'm often rushing around to be somewhere, and most of my life I spent force feeding myself my breakfast to get out the house and get to work by a certain time. But now I've changed up my lifestyle. Lately I'm able to take my time a little bit more. But yeah, absolutely delicious. Good start to the day. Hearty, nutritious, beautiful rhubarb, and the porridge, lovely. And it's a winning combination with my nettle tea from my garden and my feet planted on the earth. Those things are super healing. And the sun. Now I find I need to balance my time with my work and my garden work quite finely. It's quite difficult to get the balance just right, but being out here in the garden brings me so much joy. Even if it's the hard task of cutting the grass. I live on a bit of a hill and it is challenging to cut the grass. I can't wait till I have flat land. And I do let it overgrow most of the time to let some of the natural flowers through, but it does need a trim every now and then, and I use that valuable resource, the grass clippings, to my advantage as mulch throughout my garden beds or in my compost heap. But after working up such a sweat, Tegan, my beautiful girlfriend, has whipped up her famous banana bread that I love so much. She doesn't put any refined sugar or gluten in it. It's totally plant-based, has the perfect texture, and it's so delicate and light. I love this so much. full. I'm getting a scythe. Banana bread time, I think, and time to get on with some actual work. This can wait. Oh, that was hard work.
I saw you struggling on the hill with the lawnmower.
I know I'm going to get a scythe. I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned way and do it like that, or we could just get some flat land.
It's a good idea, that's the dream.
That is the dream, but it smells amazing in here. Is it the banana bread?
Yep.
Is it ready?
I think so, just about.
Oh yes, my favourite. Thank you. What a life, eh?
Gosh.
Fueling the workforce.
It's a bit charcoal on the top.
No, it's not. That's caramelization. Beautiful.
And warm banana bread is just the best.
Yes.
Maybe the bigger piece.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is the best banana bread ever.
Enjoy.
Can I tuck in?
Yeah.
All right.
It is way better warm, isn't it?
It's so good. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Cleaner water.
This is Cleaver water. I've talked about this in a previous video, but it's so hydrating, isn't it? It's so cleansing, but it also makes water taste like cucumber water, doesn't it?
Smells very fresh. The baby's asking for another slice, so I think
You better give the baby another slice then.
I hope so.
That banana bread is so good, and what we tend to do is get the ripe, overripe bananas that you see at the supermarkets that no one wants to buy, and we buy them to make the banana bread with, because otherwise the supermarkets just put them in the bin, which is such a shame. And what I will say actually, if you guys are desperate for that banana bread recipe, I know there's loads, even I have one on my website, it's not as good as Tegan's, but if you want Tegan's recipe, then comment or tell me in the comments beneath this video, and I'll persuade her to let me put it on my website, but I need to know if you're enthused by it first. Anyways, after that beautiful sweet treat, I have to get on with my actual work, which is making these videos. So I'll be planning future videos, I'll be writing voiceovers, I'll be replying to emails. I've got a big tour coming up. I'm going all the way through the UK and to the US with my book tour, so I've got lots of things to organise there. I'm even doing a course day, a garden and cooking course day with my hero Charles Dowding at his market garden, and you can find all of the information for these events beneath the video in the description box. But there's lots of work to do on my laptop, and as much as I would just like to be outside in the garden, working the land, bringing nature to the land, growing food, being more self-sufficient, I think the best thing for me to do is to continue using this platform to encourage as many people as I can to get into growing, to get into cooking, and do all the things that help you get connected to nature and feel more human through these modern tools. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, even if it means that I have to spend less time actually connecting myself. And we all have bills to pay, of course. After doing loads of work on my laptop, it's time to head back out into the garden and pick my lunch. Oh, it's so nice being able to harvest fresh food again. It's been a long winter, it felt, but now being able to pick the fruits of our labour, all that hard work, sowing seeds, it's just a great feeling. And I've seen it in the reflection on my dinner plates too over the last few weeks. They get more colourful and more colourful as the year goes on. I'm picking a variety of lettuce here. I'm gonna get a few other bits from the garden and just build up a lovely sort of spring plate. Huge rocket. Look at this pick and mix of radishes. How beautiful, purple, golden, white, and that obviously beautiful traditional radish, the red pinky ones. They are delicious. I didn't like radishes before I started growing them, and now I love them. They're best actually pickled or fermented for me, but they are also delicious just like this. And this is one of the first things I ever grew, and it got me hooked on gardening and growing my own food. I saw the patience that it takes. I saw the sort of care and dedication and love that has to go into growing food, and I was instantly sort of hooked, and it gave me such purpose. And coming up soon, I have a whole video on the hacks that I've learned over the last few years of growing. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. I really want to encourage as many people as I can to just grow something, anything, just one thing. It's a silent revolution, and it's taking back control. So as well as the radish, there's so many amazing things to harvest at this time of year. It's coming into fall season, so I had a load of beautiful rocket and lettuce, plus some herbs. So I took everything into the kitchen, and I can't cook every meal from scratch. It's impossible, you know, you'd be in the kitchen all day. So what I tend to do is make big batches of things. Like today I've got a load of quinoa left over and a load of chickpeas that I made, and I've got my fermented foods that I rely on a lot of the time. So what I did is just assemble a lovely colourful plate of food for my lunch. And it's just so nice to have more than a handful of homegrown veg on the plate, even some forage stuff on the plate as well. It feels so nutritious having such fresh food. I feel so blessed. It's real richness for me. And it wouldn't be a Gaz Oakley plate without some fermented food. And I've got my lacto fermented rhubarb. This is homegrown and neighbour's rhubarb, lacto fermented. I did a whole video on this last year, you can go and watch it. And then this is almighty medicine, that's what I call it anyway. Wild garlic and cayenne pepper, lacto fermented potion. That's what I'm calling this one. It's incredibly healing. It's very powerful. So just a touch of this on top, and I'll even use some of the brine just to season this whole plate up. Oh, well, I count roughly 10 or so different homegrown or foraged ingredients on this plate, which makes me so proud. This meal took me 5 minutes to throw together then. That is my advice to you, is batch cook things. Things like quinoa, rice, chickpeas, sweet potato, beetroots, and then you can just, especially in the summer, you don't mind eating things cold. I don't personally anyway, and you can just throw it on a plate together. But having a load of colours as well on the plate is just a good sign to know that that's going to be a nourishing meal as well. And I'm really excited this year because I'm going to give sweet potatoes another go at growing. So hopefully even the sweet potatoes in a few months' time will be homegrown. I'm actually going to do that next for you to show you just snippets of how I'm growing them. But that whole technique and how I grow them is going to be in the garden hacks video, so stay tuned for that in the future. I've also got some hot sauce to go with it. This is a recipe of mine, and you may be able to get your hands on it soon. If you want to try some of my homestead hot sauce, then comment below so I know there's interest, and that will give me the push and the confidence to make it for you. Anyway, let's tuck into this. This is full of vibrant colours and flavours. I know this is going to make me feel so good. Needs a bit of hot sauce. That is fiery, Welsh dragon fiery. So obviously a huge amount of time goes to making these videos with my best mate Tom behind the camera. We actually had some filming to do. We are making a beautiful video full of gardening hacks, free hacks that I use on a regular basis. So the next part of my day was to film some of that video where I'm planting some sweet potatoes, which hopefully will turn out abundant, and to be able to grow sweet potatoes here in Wales would be a dream. I think I've got the right variety and the growing conditions this year to make it a huge harvest. And there we go. My sweet potato is in its forever home. Let's just do a little thought for abundant harvests. I have good faith. Well, I'm just going to give this a water, give it some mulch and a little label, and then I can tell you the exciting plans we have for dinner, and trust me, they are exciting. Guys, I just want to tell you that I am not a country boy whatsoever. I grew up in a city. I then moved to London. I worked in the restaurants. I'm a city boy, really. That's where I'm from. And I'm only here in the country because during lockdown, I had this desire to be more self-sufficient. I needed to learn how to grow my food because I felt so reliant on all the systems around me. I felt like I couldn't survive if anything was to go drastically wrong. And for a time, we were living in scary times. So I just wanted to know that I could look after my family and myself. And that has opened up an amazing obsession with learning how to grow my food and becoming more and more connected to nature and as self-sufficiently as possible. The reason I'm saying this is because I can't believe I'm able to tell you guys that I am picking my own food and having it on my dinner plate. Like, that seems like such a dream to me, and I'm so grateful to be able to do it. But I want you to know that I'm not from this background. I'd never grown anything in my life. I had a small garden at home in Cardiff, in the capital of Wales, where I grew up, and growing isn't something that comes natural to me. But I do actually think it's innate within us all to know how to nourish our bodies and to know how to connect with nature and how to feed ourselves. So I'm only touching on this because my dinner plan seems so bizarre and must be so bizarre to the vast majority of people in the modern world. What I seem to be doing and the way I kind of eat is very much like what would once be called peasant life, you know, like very humble in a sense, just picking your own food, you know, not buying anything unless it's like a total necessity. Now dinner, even though it seems so like unique and rich to be able to do it, is free. So I'm lucky enough to have met some lovely friends doing similar things to me in the countryside. My lovely friends Rue and Lydia told us that their little secret spot where they foraged a mushroom called chicken of the woods mushrooms is now in bloom. Now, when I got that message, I was overjoyed, and I thought, wow, how lucky am I to be invited to this amazing moment of being able to harvest this mushroom, but also to be able to share it with you guys. But I have to just say what I'm saying because I know it's so unique, and I can't believe I'm in this position too, but it's about connection, and you only start seeing mushrooms or seeing these kinds of scenarios when you start looking. So when I got the message, I thought, wow, I know what I want to cook once we harvest these mushrooms. I cooked up this amazing marinade. It was almost inspired by a Jamaican jerk marinade, just with ingredients from my garden. And then I also made some rice with kidney beans, similar to rice and peas with loads of garden thyme. I got a load of lettuce from my garden as well, put it in a big bowl. Tegan, Tom and I, plus Tegan's mum was there too, packed a campfire. We drove down to the secret spot. It's right by the river. It's really beautiful, and we met Rue and Lydia, who showed us this amazing find of chicken of the woods mushroom.
So this is the secret spot.
This is the secret spot. Wow.
And it comes here every year. Well, I've seen it 1 year prior to this, and it has come out again. So it's, you know, I come down this spot a lot, walk past, always have my eye on it, and then when it starts flourishing, there's that treacherous time where you see it and you just hope nobody else is going to spot it while you're waiting for it to grow.
It looks absolutely beautiful. What a find. And there's enough to make a big feast right now.
Yeah.
All right, should we pick some?
Let's do it.
You get stuck in.
All right.
Wow.
You can see how soft that is.
Look at that. It's so meaty, isn't it? They say that this chicken of the woods in ancient folklore was a gift to the local community who, in scarcity, didn't have much food, and the gods, the forest gods, would gift them this nutritious powerhouse of a mushroom that tastes like meat, has a texture of meat, and is full of nutrition as well. It's got loads of protein, believe it or not, for a mushroom.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Lovely little harvest, chicken of the woods. Let's jerk it up and get it on the fire. I always say that cooking over fire, being by an element of water, results in the most amazing dining experience, and that's exactly what we had. It was a nice spring evening. This mushroom is famed. In the past I've made things like butter chicken and chicken schnitzel with it. It's called chicken of the woods because it tastes and has the texture of chicken. It's incredible. I threw it into a pot and got lashings of that amazing dressing, that marinade all around it, and then started cooking it over the fire, over coals, until caramelized and almost charred. And I squeezed over some grilled lemon and brushed over that marinade with a rosemary brush. Tegan and the girls sat and watched and enjoyed and chatted, and it was just a lovely environment for us all to enjoy this amazing harvest. When you get these sort of gifts from the forest gods, you can't just make something slapdash. It has to be done with respect and enjoyed as a momentous occasion. I think that anyway, that's how I feel. And if I could open a restaurant right in that spot, I would love to do that. Maybe one day I'll do some dining experience like it, but it was just magical. I took the mushrooms out of the pan after a good bit of charring. I chopped them up and then gave them a final saute in the cast iron as well, just to get even more caramelization and color and texture. And then we served it up. Nice big spoonfuls of that rice, some salad, and then of course the mushrooms. Dinner. So everyone loved the mushrooms. If you're thinking of learning how to forage, we made a whole video on how to forage for mushrooms, and you can click up here and watch that. Do it with precaution, speak to an expert, and of course you've got YouTube and books to read, and you can learn an awful lot. And the only reason I'm able to forage is through meeting people like Rue, being in the environment, looking for mushrooms, learning about trees, connecting with nature, and then it just opens up so many doors for you. So I know the life I'm living isn't for everyone, but for me it feels right, and I feel like I'm treading lightly on this earth and trying to do my best. And I hope that if any of what I've shared today or any of my videos that I share, if you can just take a grain of inspiration from it and apply it to your life, then I hope it improves it, because it's all about mental well-being, what I share, whether that's cooking, growing, being in the garden, going for walks, exercise, and all that good stuff. It's only a positive thing. So I hope you enjoy this content, and if you want to support the channel to see more videos like this, getting my book Plant to Plate really helps, and you can get signed copies from my website, and my mum actually sends them all around the world. Don't forget, I am going on tour, so I hope to meet some of you and have proper in-person conversations, not through the screens but in person. I'd love to get the opportunity to meet you. There's loads of dates on my website. Go and have a look, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you soon. We had a great day today, didn't we, guys? See you soon.